YouTube, it's Mortimer and I'm back to talk to you guys about one of the most requested videos I've had in a long time now, which is talk to you guys about my new tattoo, which is super awesome. I'm in love with it. I promised my parents that I was only gonna get my arm done, and I'm already planning more tattoos now. Like, I am completely addicted. But I guess I'll start from the beginning for you guys, because like I know everyone's super excited to hear about it, and I'm super excited to tell you guys about it. So I've always wanted tattoos. I've always wanted them, but I'm a very fickle person. Like, once I decide on a design and then like I think about it for a while and then I decide I don't want that anymore. And I've been that way my entire life. Like, if I had gotten tattoos when I was like in middle school of what I wanted, I would have been covered in Dragon Ball Z tattoos, which would kind of clash with my look now, so thankfully that didn't happen. But I've been on the lookout for different types of tattoos that were flattering. I don't really like the look of tattoos that are just like random stickers like all over your body. I wanted something that was like a piece of art that really kind of flowed and complemented the body. And that's when I found black work. And black work is like heavy black lines, like just solid black, things like that. And it's so complementing. It's usually drawn onto the shape of the body so it coordinates and flows with the contours of your own body. And different things like that. And I just fell in love. And then from there, I branched into geometry tattoos, and I just fell in love. So I happened to come upon an artist named Dylan Forte who does geometry, like sacred geometry and black work tattoos. So I was instantly in love. I've been following him for a long time. I am absolutely in love with all of his work. I definitely recommend him to you if you're looking for something similar. But he's super popular. I actually found him through Kat Von D's Instagram because she was promoting him. She's like, why doesn't this guy have more followers? He's amazing. And then she herself got a tattoo from him on her arm, and I was like, okay, this is the person that other tattoo artists go to get their tattoos done. So I know that this guy is legit. So I was super excited. And then I saw on Instagram one day that he was like, hey, I'm gonna be out of San Francisco and instead in Hollywood doing work at Kat Von D's tattoo studio. LA Inc. filmed there, but he was doing work there at High Voltage in Hollywood, and he was looking for people to tattoo, and he was like asking people whoever had the most interesting ideas he would pick to work on that day. So I emailed him within the first 15 minutes of seeing that Instagram post go live, and he actually emailed me back, and we set up a whole arm tattoo. And he like told me he had only been planning to do like small tattoos here and there, just do a couple of them, but he was really excited to do my sleeve for me, and he couldn't wait to get started. So he asked what I was interested in first, and I told him I really love bugs, because bugs are a huge part of my life. I do so much bug taxidermy, and not only that, but like bug also stands for my family to me because I call my mom and dad Bug and they call me Bug. So I personally really love bugs. I also wanted him to include a third eye or kind of like an all-seeing eye into the design because I really love that, and in my own artwork I do a lot of all-seeing eye. So I really wanted that as well, and then I wanted the geometry patterns and black work that he's famous for. So he sent me a couple of different designs and things, and this is the one that I settled on. I don't know if you can see. I'll do a close-up and a different cut for you guys, but it's basically, I asked for the death head hawk moth because it's my favorite bug. I actually have one in my own personal collection. They're really hard to find these days. But it's like a moth that has a skull on its back. It's very prominently known from Sounds of the Lambs. It's on the cover of that movie, like the movie posters and the books and everything. And then I have two all-seeing eyes down here, and it leads up to this geometry design of dots up here. So what does it stand for? Okay, so you guys know that I love bugs, and I picked out the bugs. I really like bugs and all of that. But the dodecahedron is actually the symbol for life, and the death head hawk moth is the symbol for death. So it's death chasing after life, and then there's vision at the bottom for a sight for the mortal coil, so things that we see with our own eyes, and then the eye for the supernatural, so things that we can't see that are in another realm, kind of spiritual, kind of paranormal, so it's perfect for me. I personally really love it. I'm only 1/3 of the way done though. You can only do so much in one day. You can't get one sleeve in one sitting, as much as I would love for that to happen. So we just basically got the main design down, and then we're going to be going back and doing patterns all through here. So it's going to be fading into black design, and then up here it's going to fade into more heavy black work. So I cannot wait. Unfortunately, his next available appointment time isn't until January, and then I also scheduled my last appointment in February. So in February, it'll be completely finished. Hopefully if everything goes according to plan. I cannot wait though, you guys. Like, I am dying for this to be finished. Like, I love it right now, but I'm gonna love it even more when it's completely finished and filled up on my arm. Like, I didn't think I would love it this much, but I totally do. So I bet you're wondering about the pain levels. Like, if you're planning to get your first tattoo, how bad is it gonna hurt? So I've been told by everybody that it's the worst pain imaginable. It sucks. Like, I had it built up in my mind that it was gonna be like the worst thing ever and it was gonna be so painful. And like my mom even, she has a tattoo and she's just like, I just don't want you to get something so big where it's gonna start on the outline and then you're just gonna be like too much in pain and tell them to stop and you're gonna be stuck with like a line on your arm for the rest of your life. And it's like, I don't think that's gonna happen. But so he got started. He started down here first on the wrist and worked his way up. And from here to here, it did not hurt at all. It felt like if someone were to take a ballpoint pen and just kind of like drag it down on your arm. Like, that's pretty much what it felt like. It didn't like hurt insane, it didn't hurt anything like that. Then he got into the ditch of my elbow here, like the inside of my elbow, and that was pretty uncomfortable. It wasn't intolerable though. This sucked. It started to hurt up here. Now granted, this next part, I had been sitting in the chair for 8 hours, so I was totally drained. We didn't take a lunch break or anything, so I was completely done. This part right here, the inside of my arm, almost completely intolerable. I almost could not take it. Like in the footage we got of us filming that part, I'm like squirming and dying and just like, I cannot take it. But I didn't want to leave with like it half finished, but I was almost like, fuck this, let's just do this part next time I come. But luckily I sat through and I just took it like a champ, like seriously, like those dots, because these are not filled in circles, these are actually all little dots. So it's like being stabbed 10 million times at once. I was literally dotted to death. So yeah, this, no pain, this sucked, this really sucked. So next time I go in, we're gonna have to do the elbow. But I've been hearing that the inside of your elbow actually hurts more than the elbow itself, and that didn't hurt me so bad, so I'm thinking that I'll be fine when we do the elbow. But who knows, maybe I'll be a complete baby and it'll suck even worse. So yeah, I actually sat, like I said, for 9 hours total for the tattoo. This was 9 hours sitting of work. Normally people only do 3 to 4 hours, but I'm a crazy, insane person and I decided I could totally do 9 hours. So I sat for 9 hours and this was the result. I actually am so in love with it. I cannot recommend it enough to you guys. If you want a tattoo, do your research though. Make sure it's something that you're gonna want forever. And make sure it's an artist that does something original for you. Don't just pick up something on a flash sheet that they have hanging up in the shop. Find something that actually reflects you. You know, the best tattoos that I hear from people are the ones that remind them of a certain time in their life. It's almost like a scrapbook on their skin. Like they can look back and be like, oh yeah, this is the time I was like in college and we did this, or oh my god, this was that time we took that trip to like Egypt and we did this insane thing, you know? Get tattoos that mean something to you, something that you can reflect on, something that's positive and something that you won't mind showing your kids someday and you won't be ashamed to show your grandparents, you know what I mean? Like, get tattoos for you, but also imagine how they're gonna affect other people in your life as well. So yeah, if you guys have any questions or comments, you can go ahead and leave those down below. I'd love to answer any more questions about the tattoo. But yeah, I'm totally in love with it. I cannot recommend it enough to you guys. It was an awesome experience and I cannot wait to have it done. And Aaron freaking loves it too. Like, he wanted tattoos before and like afterwards it was like, okay, so did it like scare you off from wanting a tattoo from like how much I was in pain for that last spot? And he was like, no, actually I want tattoos more now. So I mean, yeah, check out the other videos I have of me getting the tattoo. I have another one going up soon, and yeah, just be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss it, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye everybody!